Hello, welcome to Made Fit TV. I'm your host, Jennifer DiDonato, and this is episode number 46. Made Fit TV is everyone's source for health and fitness information and entertainment, and it is where fit bodies are made. So thanks so much for joining us today. It's episode 46, like I said, and today we are going to be training legs. But I'm going to be showing you a movement that will train your legs to failure. Not a movement, but actually a type of training, and this is something that you can also implement into other muscle groups throughout your program. Now, the objective that you're going to get out of this episode today is you are going to be able to know how to target a specific muscle more effectively so you can better its endurance, its size, you know, depending on what you're going for, and also its strength. So that is what you're getting out of this podcast today. So I hope you enjoy it. First, though, I just want to say congratulations. I'm so happy for Dinah and Larry, my clients. They trained with me for months, and they are getting married, and they are married probably, you know, right now as we speak. So I'm just so excited for them, and I will see them later. But and hopefully you guys will see pictures of them on the site of their before and after. So I'm very excited. Congratulations, guys. Okay, so let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about post-exhaust training. It's just a different type of training to stimulate the muscles. A lot of times if you're walking into a gym and you don't really know what to do, you just kind of start lifting weights. But there is a method to the madness, I promise you. And post-exhaust training is one of the many types of trainings, but it can target a specific muscle that maybe you've been trying to build up, like for guys, maybe your quads, like we'll be targeting today. Or for ladies, you want to get that booty nice and firm for the summertime. I'm going to show you that today. But post-exhaust training is basically supersetting, alternating movements. One is a compound movement. Compound movement just means that you are working more than one muscle group at the same time. So let's say for a squat, you're working the hamstrings, the glutes, the quads, everything. And then you're immediately following it up with an isolation movement. And what isolating means is you're just strictly targeting, isolating that one muscle. So to get started, I'm going to show you right now. We're going to target right now the quads. So with this one, it is called a hack squat. And this compound movement, you want to always use heavier weights on the compound movement because you're targeting more than one muscle, like I said. So for the compound movement, you are using higher weights but lower repetitions. And then in less than 10 seconds later, you're going to follow it up with the isolation movement, which I'll show you in a moment. It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be higher reps and lower weight. So this is going to be the compound movement for the quads. This is called a hack squat. You can use either a barbell, but I'm going to grab weights because I want to do heavier and I don't have a heavy barbell. So what you want to do is you want to find something you can isolate your heels up on. And the squat, just to remind you, you want your feet to be about hip width apart, just like that, okay? I'm going to be facing the other way, so I just want to show you before we start. Okay, so I'm going to put my heels up on this step right here. My toes are facing forward, chest up, and legs about hip width apart. And I want you to keep your chest up, keep your arms back, and squat down. Squat through the heels and back up. Keep that chest up. And because my heels are isolated, because they're elevated, I'm isolating more of the quad. But I'm also working my glutes, my butt, my hamstrings. I'm working my lower back as well. So this compound movement, like I said, you're using heavier weights, guys, to start to wake up the muscle, the quad. You're waking up the quad right now before you isolate it. Okay, so for the compound movements, you want to do about 8 to 10 reps. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to isolate it with a front lunge. Front lunge is going to isolate that quad. And what you want to remember too is you want to do higher reps. So you're doing about 20 to 30 repetitions on the isolation. So I'm going to face this way, okay? Front lunge. Make sure you make a nice 90-degree angle with your legs. If you're more conditioned, you can allow your knee to slightly pass the ankle, but that is only if you're conditioned, because for a lot of people, doing this is bad for the knees. But because we're targeting the quads, you want to isolate them. So this is higher rep. You're going to do about 20 or 30 per leg. Obviously, I'm not going to do that right now. But what this is doing now, this is exhausting the muscle. That's why we mean post-exhaust training. You're exhausting that muscle, bringing it to momentary muscle failure, and that's going to stimulate the growth and the density of that muscle. And that's what you're going for when you want to target that. So that's a good one for quads. All right. Now the ladies, I know a lot of you are afraid to train the quads, but I'm telling you guys, it's a big part of the muscle, big part of the legs. You want to target that to speed up your metabolism. But if you want to train something that you like a little bit better, you can train the glutes. And here is a form of the post-exhaust training that you can do for the glutes. We're going to start with a barbell box squat. So I'm just going to bring my chair here. I don't have a box, obviously. I just have a chair. Move this out of the way here. Okay. Now with this one, it's going to be heavier. Remember, I said 8 to 10 reps. What you want to do, same thing as a squat like I showed you. Now I want you to bring yourself, first I want you to sit on the chair or the box, because you're going to be hovering your butt over the box. I want you to stand up. Now each squat, you're almost going to like tap your butt down on the chair or the box, depending on how high or low it is. Now you may not touch it because you want to make sure that it's low enough so you're getting a nice 90-degree angle with your legs. Push through the heels, guys. Don't let the knees overextend the ankle. Push through the heels, target the glutes. This one, like I said, you're going to be using heavier weights, lighter repetitions, about 8 to 10 reps. Now onto the isolation. Remember, I don't want you resting more than 10 seconds. This one is going to be a weighted split squat. So I'm going to pick up my 20-pounders. This split squat, same concept as a squat. You want to make sure that you're targeting through the heels, making sure your knees does not overextend the ankle, and straight down. And that foot out, good. That's why you want to do it in front of a mirror. So you want high repetitions, lower weights with this one, guys. We're doing about 20. So 20 on one leg and 20 on the other, and I guarantee you, you're going to feel like you really exhausted that glute. So you would do it on each leg. So once again, the whole point of post-exhaustion training is that you are waking up the muscle with that compound movement. So you're working multiple muscles, but the main muscle is what you're also targeting, and then you're immediately following it up with isolating that muscle with a higher repetition, and this brings it to failure. When you're hitting that 20 or that 30 repetition, you can't do any more, and that is what stimulates the muscle to tear and to repair itself. So that's why it's important to always have those recovery days afterwards. But that's a great way to wake up that muscle. And now, just for today's Made Fit tip of the week, excuse me, I'm just extremely winded. If you leave this, with anything that I gave you today, just remember that your legs are half of your body. A lot of people are kind of afraid, mostly women, to train legs. But remember, your legs are half of your body. That's a lot of muscle. And if you're not training that, then you're depriving your metabolism. If your muscles aren't working for you, then your metabolism isn't going to burn as fast. So you want to work those muscles. You're not going to look like a bodybuilder because those people have to work very hard to look that way. But what you want to do is just make sure you're training, toning up those muscles, because as you build it and become more dense, not necessarily larger, but more dense, that's the engine that fuels your body, and it's going to require more calories that you're burning and that you're eating as well. So it's awesome for your metabolism. So just remember, train hard with the strength training. That's the only way that you're going to be able to wake up those muscles and get that toned look that you're going for. Especially Michelle Obama right now. It's the big buzz with her arms. How do you think she gets that way? It's not by not eating, and it's not by just not lifting weights. You got to lift heavy. You want to challenge those muscles. So let me know what you guys think. We targeted quads today. We targeted glutes. I got a lot more that I can show you. So email me. Let me know how you feel about this one at madefittv.com. Go to the Ask Jenny section and email me through there. And you can also give me some show ideas as well. I'm really, responding to that as well. And I'm also on Twitter. Follow me at Jenny DiDonato. I'm on Facebook, Jennifer DiDonato. And also catch our Ustreams. We stream live every Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and we also like to chat afterwards. So if you want to talk to me personally, that would be the best time to do it. We always chat after the shows. So thanks so much for joining us. And guys, comment in the sections below. Let me know what you think about it. And I will see you next time on Made Fit TV. Take care.